All right, I think we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So for those that don't know, this is Libronauts Book Club. We are a science fiction book club. We have a new book pick every single month. All of our chapter breakdowns are done on Fable. And then most months we do discussions here on YouTube with myself and one of my lovely co-hosts. This month we have Jessie of Reading with Jess. So Jess, go ahead and tell everyone about yourself. You also have a channel on YouTube and a book club as well.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Jessie. My channel is Reading with Jess. You can find me over on Instagram with the same handle, except an underscore at the end of it. I typically read a lot of thrillers and romance, but I'm always trying to push myself outside that comfort zone. And it's funny, I was saying I want to read a sci-fi book this year, and then maybe a day later, Elise asked me to read this. I was like, oh, it's a sign.
Perfect timing.
So, I also have a book club, like Elise mentioned. It's called Sleep When I'm Dead. We typically read newer release thrillers. This year, I'm incorporating more backlists into the mix. And yeah, that's pretty much it about me.
Very cool. What book is it that you guys are reading for March?
I have it somewhere. We are reading It's Not Her by
That's right.
Mary Kubica, however you say her last name. So I have not started it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, oh my gosh, last month, Jesse's book club read Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. I'm pretty sure I was like the only one, but I loved it.
I know you put in Discord that you loved it. I think you gave it 4 stars, and I was like, you did?
Yep, yep. Oh,
I
I
love
loved
that for
it.
you.
I was just so bummed I missed the live just because it was like a bit earlier than normal, I think.
Yeah. So Summer from Seasons Readings was my co-host,
Mm.
and she wanted to do it, but then schedule changed, and so I was like, okay, that's fine. Because I announced what the books were going to be in
Mhm.
advance. So I was like, people have plenty of time to read it, and whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, but it's there to watch if you need it.
Oh yeah, I definitely went back and watched and left at least one comment. I think I can't remember if I like answered a bunch of the questions, but hello, Gwen. Didn't read the book, but curious what you both thought. We will certainly get into that. Hello, I've got 4 minutes left. Oh, yay! I think yeah, Yvette reached out to me last night. She's like, my hold just came in with the library,
You
so
started it last night?
I think so.
Wow. Okay.
At least you're literally in space. Yep. It's funny,
Jealous.
actually, my last book club, when we did Dungeon Crawler Carl, I set this as the background because I wasn't anywhere special and I'm like, I don't want to deal with having like an aesthetic background,
Yeah.
like actually here. So I put this on, but now I can't get it off because I use Safari and it let me put this on with Safari. It won't let me take it off with Safari. It's like Safari doesn't support that. I'm like, okay, so, and I
I
don't feel like
mean, it
downloading
is on
Chrome.
brand for you, so
Exactly. Yeah. It's just I did reading sprints a couple weekends ago with Keisha, and this was my background for that. So it wasn't very spring-like because it was like a spring theme
Oh,
reading sprint. So yeah.
I'm jealous.
Okay. Whoopsies. Oh no. Okay, there we go. There's like those stupid timers now on the banners for StreamYard.
Oh, yeah.
And I accidentally
Oh,
hit that instead. So for those that joined and did read the book, let us know what you rated it. And then while people do that, Jesse, do you want to go ahead and give a spoiler-free synopsis? And then after that, we'll dive into spoilers.
yeah. So this is Detour by Rake, Hart. I actually have the NetGalley edition, so I don't have, but I love the cover. So I
It's
do
so
want to it
pretty.
is so pretty. Um, so this is about, okay, the synopsis of the book is it's about this guy named Ryan who just so happens to save this guy's life from a very public shooting, I guess, or
Mhm,
assassination attempt.
mhm.
And to me, the guy that he saved is kind of like the Elon Musk of the
Yeah,
future in a way.
yeah.
He's a a billionaire, just has all of this money and all this power, and he's also running for president. He saves this guy from being assassinated, and this guy, John Ward, is trying to basically see if we could go live on, is it Titan?
Mm-hmm.
Titan, Jupiter's, one of Jupiter's moons, because climate control has been like questionable whether or not Earth is going to survive. So, from my understanding, it is to go up there, basically go around the moon, and then come right back for 2 years. That's it. That's all they had to do. And so this guy offers Ryan the chance to go up there, and basically his whole life will be set. So Ryan decides to go, and he's on this cruise ship with a bunch of other people, which we get to know. And something goes wrong on the ship, but they're able to pull through. But when they get back to Earth, Earth is the same but different at the same time. So it's like a psychological, mind-bending story, and just kind of goes from there. Did I cover
Indeed. Yes. And I think we ended up finding out it was like the year
2031 is what I
31. Okay. Yeah.
It's like 5 years in the future.
Yeah. So not too distant, which is kind of terrifying because they were talking about like in the very beginning, they were talking about like this glacier that is rapidly starting to melt, or it's going to like fall off the shelf, the Arctic shelf, and there's going to be like catastrophic flooding taking place. And it's like that's not that far away, so that's a little terrifying. Let's see. Hello, Dominique. Thanks for joining. Also didn't read it yet. I'm still on the fence about it, so I'm here to make up my mind and get some book club vibes. Okay. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, fair warning, this is the beginning of a series, which I think I kind of knew going into this, but I forgot about. But then when I had like, 50 pages left, I'm like, this is not going to be resolved in this book.
Yes.
There's more.
So many thoughts about that.
Oh, yeah. Yay! Good job, Yvette. I knew you could do it. No doubt in my mind. Yvette, you're the best. Indeed. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay. So I have two authors. Jeff Rake. Jeff Rake is he is a writer for shows, and I guess he did the show Manifest on Netflix, which, if I recall, do you know anything about that show, Jessie?
I don't, but my mom has been dying for me to watch it. So now I have an even more reason to watch Manifest. She loves the show.
So is that the one where the plane like disappears and then like years later it pops back up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember something about like planes and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure. And they come back and it's like years in the future, but they haven't aged.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. I also haven't seen it, but I think when it first came out, I remember watching like previews or trailers for it or something. I'm like, huh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And then Rob Hart, he wrote some other stuff. The only one that I recognized was The Paradox Hotel. It's like a blue cover and it has like triangles on it. And I've actually had that on my TBR for a while, and I've checked it out from my library multiple times. Haven't gotten to it yet, unfortunately. But I know you just said you haven't watched the show yet. Have you read anything from Rob Hart? I think he's got a series out there as well.
I have not. I have heard of the Paradox Hotel. That's the only thing I've heard. Oh, this is such a pretty cover, though.
It is, yes.
But no, I have not. But I mean, it also says the author of The Warehouse. Let me look that one up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's like, I think his series, it's probably in the author's note in the back, but it's like The Assassin something or other is a series, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen the show
Anonymous
or read anything by him.
Okay. And interestingly, I don't know if anyone read the author's note or not, but Jeff Rake, he actually brought this idea to, I don't know, the TV people, and I was trying to get it to be a TV show, and they're like, no, maybe start it as a book first. And he hadn't ever written a book, so that's why he partnered with Rob Hart and yeah,
Oh.
did it as a book. So fun
See,
fact
this would
there.
be such a good TV show. The whole time
Yes.
I'm like picturing it as like a movie or a show.
Yes, very much so. I just love trying to participate because it's a different genre for me. Yep. Definitely didn't know it was a series, and at 66%, it was like, this is taking forever. How they were. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of the dead giveaway slash reminder for me. I'm like, oh boy, okay.
I mean, at least you chose book one in a series versus like the
Right.
middle of the series.
That would have been embarrassing. Okay, so without giving your final rating, what were some of your overall thoughts, things you liked, things you didn't like?
Yes. So if I look off to the side, I actually wrote all my answers down so I didn't like forget anything.
Okay.
So I thought the premise of the book sounded really, really cool and interesting. It gave me the impression of like a Blake Crouch type of like mind bending
Yes.
type of thriller,
Yep.
but with space.
Hmm.
I like that it was set in the future, but not too far in the future. So it's like, within the next 5 years.
Hmm.
Um, and I like that it had other topics of like climate change and things like that. Cause I know you've had books that mention that.
Hmm.
Let's see. Uh, Also interesting enough, like the thought of like not living on Earth, like as a possibility in the future. That was interesting to kind of think of.
Yeah.
I liked the different point of views. I thought it was a lot at first because just reading the synopsis, you're like, okay, you're going to get Ryan's perspective,
Hmm.
maybe this rich guy, but you ended up getting like 7 points of view, I think, maybe more. But after a while, I got used to like the format because it's a very different format
Hmm.
for a book. Let's see. I'm glad we got the other points of views and their backgrounds because each person was very different with like age and like relationships and things.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I was not a fan of the ending, just because like we've mentioned before, like there was so much stuff happening at the end. I'm like, how is this gonna like resolve itself? I know it's the first book in a series, but like there's no like subtle resolution in a way.
Hmm.
Let's see. I thought the chapters were really, really long. So, and I'm a person where like if I start a chapter, I am ending on a chapter. So, I thought the book would have more space in it, but
Right.
that's fine.
Hmm.
Let's see. And I like that I mean, I'm a big thriller person, so I like that there's like a mystery type of vibe to it. So those
Yeah.
were my notes.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. There wasn't much space in this at all. And the part where they were in space, like it skipped over the launch. It's just like, boom, you're in space
Yeah.
now. And then boom, you're at the moon. And then boom, you're headed back home. Well,
Yeah.
something happens and then you're headed back home.
Yep.
um, so yes, for me, I think my overall thoughts, I thought it jumped into the action pretty quickly, and I really liked that. The the chapters are weird because there's only like what 9 or 10 chapters
Yeah.
technically,
Yeah.
but it is broken up into sections from the different points of view, and you get points of view from like the main characters, but then there's also like people in like a newsroom or like a news reporting. I think there's like some web like Reddit or something like that.
Emails.
Yeah, yes, yep, and email. So there's like online stuff and there's actual like in the story type points of view. So I liked that. I do wish that there was more stuff happening in space. I think the thing that I liked the most is how all of these people that we're introduced to in the beginning of the book, they are complete strangers. They are all completely different people. So there is quite a bit of diversity in here too, which I really liked.
Mhm.
Um, by the end of it, I could feel their connection and like how much they trusted each other now and how involved they were in the outcome of everything for not just themselves, but for everybody else. So
Kind of like a
yeah,
found family.
exactly. Yeah, that's kind of how I was thinking about it. And I know you commented this on the Fable page, but I loved when Alonzo suggested the escape room and they went and did
Oh
that.
yeah. I
That was really
loved
kind of
that.
cool.
I
And
love
it was
escape
space
rooms.
themed, so that was
It
fun.
was. And it's funny because the last escape room I did, which was last year, it was
Mhm.
also space themed.
Oh,
So
was it?
yeah. And it's funny because there was another book that I read. It was the newest Abby Jimenez that came out last
Hmm.
year. And there's a space themed
Yeah.
escape room. And I had just read that book like a week before. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I was picturing that escape room when they went to the escape room.
Yeah. Thankfully, this time they didn't get stuck though.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's interesting how the book happened. Yeah, how it started as like a show. What's the word? A pitch. There we go. It was pitched as a
Oh
show,
yeah.
and then they're like, nope, do it as a book instead. I looked nothing into the book aside from a blurb you told me, Elise, and I thought they were going to come back to an apocalypse type home.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't necessarily thinking that, but that would make sense.
Yeah.
When it was only subtle details changing, I was intrigued. Yes, for sure. Oh, and speaking of subtle details, another thing that I really liked about this was it didn't only tell us it was a little bit in the future, it also kind of showed us,
Mhm.
like when Ryan had to take his wife to the hospital and their neighbor came over, they were talking about watching Frozen 3, and that doesn't even come out until 2027.
Okay, I read that, I was like, "Wait, did I just not, like, get the memo of Frozen
Mhm.
3?" But I was just like, "Whatever, we're too early in the book for me to go stop and look."
Yeah, because I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, I didn't miss that, right? I have
Yeah.
kids. I have young kids. I think I would have known. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. There were a couple of things that were kind of like that. Maybe they do go home to an apocalypse. Ooh, maybe. We do actually talk about theories for the next book, or at least hopes for the next book, so that would be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
The last escape I did was pirate themed. That makes sense. That's on brand for you.
It's so on brand for her.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay, let's see. So, if you were offered a chance to board the ship on its 2-year mission, would you? Why or why not?
Okay. I always had this, like, in the back of my head, but, like, I think secretly I have, like, a weird fear of space, like, being lost in space specifically. And I think this book, like, knowing something's going to go wrong, which I think this book was not as I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it was kinda crazy, but I don't think it
Mhm.
was as crazy I thought it was gonna be, like, they didn't get, like, sucked in through, like, a black hole or something.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, who knows? But $25 million is a lot of money, and it's funny, in my art copy, they said 25 million, and it was 15 million. So I was like, "Oh." So,
Oh,
I mean, I'm glad the fictional character got more money, but,
yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money. So I would say yes, I would have to do
Mhm.
a lot of prep work to prepare for it, and also, I don't wanna do a single thing. Like, I don't wanna press buttons, I don't wanna be responsible for nothing.
You just want to be there.
I'll be there, just let me get a bunch of books.
Hmm.
Yeah, but if I have to do anything, probably not.
Yeah. I struggled with this one because, like, right now, the way my life currently is, no, because 2 years would be a long time to be away from my kids just because they're so little. Like, if they were, you know, 20, sure, no problem. Whoopsies. But they're not. They are 10 and 12. So that'd be a long time. But if I did not have kids, hell yeah, 100%. And
Well, this
I,
is in 5 years, so that would be 15 and 17.
ooh, ooh, I don't know, because I'd probably miss their graduation and beginning of college. Oh, I don't know. That'd be tough.
Mhm.
Plus, I'm having another one, so that one would only be like 5.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Yeah. Um, Obviously, knowing what we know
Mm,
happens. If you knew that was going to happen, hard no.
yeah. Mm-mm. Yep,
Yeah.
don't ask me to do nothing except freak out.
Yeah. Yep. Nope, I have 0 skills. All the books tell me I would die. Yeah. I would like to think that I would be like, like a Padma type character,
Hmm.
but probably not. I love escape rooms. I think the only escape rooms I've ever done have been with Jessie. Aw. Was she in that space one that you did?
Yeah, we went to go
Yeah.
see Jordan from Sorry
Oh
Book
yeah.
Solid. So it was me, Gwen, Lena,
Mhm.
Summer. So we all. It's funny because she's like, I booked us an escape room, didn't tell us what it was, and her and Lena had not read the Abby Jimenez book, and we walked in, we're like, and they were like, what? And they had bought the book, and they were like,
Mhm.
nope, you'll find out later. So then they read the book on our little trip, and they're like, wait a minute.
I get it now.
Yeah, it was a hard room though. I'm
Was
not
it?
we did not escape, but I feel like the instructions were not great, but the room was great.
Mhm.
So,
I think I've only done one, and it was like a bonding thing for work, like 4
mhm,
years ago. And that was, I don't know. I feel like it would have been easier if there weren't as many people because it's
yeah,
like too
yeah.
many opinions being thrown
Well, this
around.
one they had puzzles that led to nothing. Like
That's annoying.
if I remember correctly, we were only like one puzzle away from getting out and we could not solve it. But they had
Hmm.
all these like side puzzles that had nothing. They
Yeah.
did absolutely nothing. So,
That's not fair because
yeah.
that distracts you and then wastes time.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't like that. You guys probably got out in record speed, all that brain power and thriller. Yeah.
Well, the escape room before that, I was like 0 help because I was like, "Just tell me what to do." I don't know what it was just like a lot of people, and I was just like, "I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be right here if anybody needs me."
Yeah. That's fair. Maybe if I had kids, I would do it to escape.
She's so funny.
Space scares the crap out of me, and there's no amount of money that could get me to go to space. Okay. I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. Interstellar is probably one of the more scary yet beautiful space
Mhm,
movies. So if like anything like that were to happen, that would be awful.
mhm.
Um, I always lose my space or my spot going back and forth between comments. Also, too, I forgot to tell you guys, the authors actually put together a really cool like reading guide, book club discussion kit. So
Oh,
most of these questions are either 100% or heavily based on questions from their
cool.
brand kit. It's pretty cool though. There's lots of other questions that I did not include, and they have like an entire playlist that you can download on Spotify.
Oh,
Spotify.
sweet.
So I do have that link down below if anyone is interested.
I'll be interested.
Yes. Okay, so which character did you find most compelling? And then like which one did you feel you related to the most?
Okay, so this was interesting. Okay. I really liked Ryan, Mike, and Alonzo the best. I liked Ryan because with him being labeled as like the hero for
Mhm,
saving, because he's also a cop, like in his
mhm,
day-to-day job. Before the mission and also being a family man, I like that his character was the most relatable and probably the one I cared the most for to get
mhm.
back safely. Um, Also, he's the character I like signed up to read, and then I got like all these other
Right.
characters. So,
Yep.
um, I thought Mike in his struggle with alcoholism was interesting, especially like he's got to like stop before he goes up there. I mean, obviously he doesn't, but
Right.
and like just the different ways he was trying to like, yeah. Let's see. I also thought like showing like his struggles with his family, like
Mhm,
before the mission, during the mission, and then like how everything magically came together after the mission. Um, I also with Alonzo, like I thought it was really interesting how like he's with a woman, but he's also like got feelings for a guy. He's not
mhm,
out as a bisexual man. And then when he
mhm.
gets back, it's like flip flopped in a way.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really cool, interesting twist.
Mhm,
But I feel like I relate most to Ryan just because I'm married. I don't have any kids, but like I just loved seeing like, especially his son, his disabled son. I thought that was like
mhm.
the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I do agree. I think technically Ryan is probably the most relatable, again, because of being a family man, married. Um, and I feel like of all of them, we probably see more of his life than everyone else's.
I agree.
But like if I'm thinking of solely like myself, my characteristics, I think Padma was kind of the most relatable to me.
Hmm.
Um, and then I really liked her mind and like how freaking smart she was, and she just like knew what to do. And I don't know, I loved her. And then like if I didn't have a family, if I was single, I feel like I'd be pretty like secluded by myself, kind of like she is.
Yeah.
So, but I think Stitch was kind of the most interesting to me,
Hmm.
just like him as a character, but then like I don't know. He just kind of surprised me because didn't wasn't his whole involvement in this mission like he won some kind of lottery and he
I
was like
think so.
randomly selected, but
Yeah.
he is so intelligent and like
Mhm.
the things that he suggested or came up with
Yeah.
blew my mind. I loved the fact that in the original world or like the original home Earth,
Hmm.
he created this amazing app and he just like made it available for people to use for free rather than selling it and making like millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
because like that was his like moral compass showed
Hmm.
him to do that. So I he was probably my favorite, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Interstellar is amazing. Yes, the music in that, holy cow.
Fun fact, I've never
Chills.
seen it.
You've never seen
I
Interstellar?
know, I know, I know. I get that every time. It's on my list to watch.
Oh,
Not
you need
only
to.
reading outside my comfort zone, but like also getting back into watching movies and TV. So
Yeah. Yeah, the soundtrack, like that is there's
that's
just
the
a
one with
few.
Matthew McConaughey, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And Bryce Dallas
Hathaway?
Howard, I think. Anne Hathaway, yes. And I think I can't remember. It's either Bryce Dallas Howard or the
The
other
other
redhead
girl that
that
looks like her?
people, yeah.
They
I
look
get
so much
them.
alike.
They do. They do. I liked Ryan and Stitch the most, yes. Not sure I related to any. Padma really grew on me towards the end, loved her plants. Yes. I was so sad they all died. That was such a bummer. I feel bad for her. Because like she put so much effort into them and they sounded like pretty cool plants. Um, oh shoot. I forgot to look at my notes to find out. Okay, I just flipped to it. That's awesome. I mean, I didn't just flip to it. It's like tabbed, but so at what point, if at all, did you begin to doubt the mission or kind of suspect that something was going to go awry?
Okay. So because I know this book had a little bit of like action, mystery, thriller to it, I thought as soon as I knew John Ward was kind of like up to something,
Mhm.
like I just immediately just could not trust him.
Yeah.
Especially with him not being able to go. Because I think at one point the goal was for him to go on the mission and then he
Yep.
couldn't go on the mission. I was like, that's weird. That's suspicious. And then also like him running for president, I was like, that's weird. Okay.
Hmm.
And then also like him just throwing his money, be like, oh, here's $20 million. You know what? Here's $25 million. Yeah, I just as soon as I like got that vibe from him, I was like, this is not going to go right. And then the envelope when he gave that to Ryan before he went up there, it's like, don't tell anyone you have this. And
Hmm.
I thought it was weird because if I remember correctly, he just had to take it with him and bring it back.
Yep. And
Did
he's
you do
like,
that?
don't open it, don't show it to anyone.
Just take it up there, which
Yeah.
I was like,
Hmm.
okay, that's weird. So John Ward is my answer.
Yes. Yep. I agree. And I think, yes, yeah, it's the envelope thing. So page in the book, it's page 99. Um, and John Ward is like, take this to Titan with you. When you land back on Earth, I want you to hand it to either me or my assistant Camilla and no one else. And I even wrote in it, I'm like, what does he know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I was starting to think he knew something was going to change. And he was like testing that theory and wanted to see if what he sent with Ryan was going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
But then we end up finding out because Stitch like steals it basically from
Yeah.
Ryan because
And I was like,
Stitch
oh
sees this.
no.
Yeah. Stitch sees this like deal go down in a parking lot, and then he ends up finding it on the ship and he steals it. And then he's able to like crack it into it because it's like a thumb drive or something. And it's just like a bunch of financial
Yeah.
information. So I'm super curious because we didn't really get to make much sense of that in this book. So I'm super curious, like,
Yeah.
what was the point of that?
I'm wondering if it's more than just a thumb drive.
It has to be.
Because I'm like, is that the thing that like caused everything? Like, it's so weird.
I don't know. That's a good thought. That's the other thing. I'm like, what really made this happen? Because they were
Yeah.
talking about like the explosions and maybe it like
Mhm.
pushed the ship and then like the two ships like switched realities or
Yeah.
something. So
'Cause when
like,
they open it and it's just a thumb drive, I was like,
yeah,
that's it?
yeah.
That's it.
I like I didn't expect there to be much in there because it's just like a small envelope,
Mhm.
but I was expecting like a piece of paper that said something and we would get to read it and be like, oh, and that
Because I'm
didn't
like,
happen.
why would you give it to some random person? I mean, yeah, you saved
Mhm.
your life, but like, if it's just financial stuff,
Right.
it's just weird.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed. Um, Stitch reminded me of Seth Green in the Italian Job. Seth Green. Is he the one that played Dr. Evil's son in
Yeah.
Austin? Okay, thank you.
That's like the only like reference I could
Yeah.
think of besides like
Without a
uh,
Paddle is another one too.
he plays the brother on Family Guy.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Chris Christopher.
Yes. Yep.
But like he doesn't sound like him to me, but
No,
yeah.
no. I've not seen the Italian Job, so I don't get that reference. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen
You
it
you have
finish. I've only seen it like in pieces. So I know
gotcha.
of it, but like I couldn't tell you like word for word what happens.
Gotcha. Yeah, a little before when he asked Padma if she had talked to anyone
Mhm.
where the financial data is coded. Ooh, yeah, and like you have to break through that somehow.
Could be. Could just be like a like a cover up, but like there's another word for it, like it's only going to show you what they want you to see, but like it has other things encrypted in it, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I think the two ships maybe collided. Oh, and
Oh,
maybe it wasn't an explosion. Maybe it was like a collision that they felt.
might be
Oh,
onto something of it.
yes. Okay. Okay. So this question
Yeah, I'm gonna need your help on this one.
this
Okay,
one,
Copenhagen, Mini Worlds, and Stephen Hawking. Okay, I did see that.
and then for anyone in the chat who needs a refresher or has no idea what we're talking about. Oh shoot, what page did I say that was on?
I think
229. Okay.
299.
Alrighty, so which of the three multiverse theories do you agree with most? So there's the Copenhagen one. This is the one that confuses me the most. So I'm gonna like read it word for word. Um, a particle doesn't have material existence until it's subjected to measurement, which means not until it's observed. So that's kind of like the Schrodinger's cat thing, where you put a cat in a box and then it's like poisoned or potentially poisoned. And so until you open that box, you don't know if the cat is alive or dead. So until you look in the box, the cat is both alive and dead.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, that one confuses me. Multiverse or no, many worlds is the one where pretty much every decision you make, it like branches off into a different reality. So it's like if you turn left at a stoplight or right at a stoplight, there's two different realities that branch off from there depending on which decision you make. And then the Stephen Hawking one, that one, oh shoot, that one had to do with like the Big Bang. Like there were a certain number of worlds that were created at the Big Bang theory or like at the event of the Big Bang. And then those are just in existence. So
Mhm.
there's not going to be any more. It's just that's what it is. I think is the gist of that. The rapid expansion of space-time may have happened repeatedly after the Big Bang, making a whole bunch of parallel universes, which could mean there's a smaller number of them. So, anyways, of those three, which one kind of makes the most sense to you?
I'm gonna go with many worlds just because like I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I can see like other movies and stories like that.
Mhm.
Um or like it reminds me more of like the Butterfly Effect movie with
Yes.
Ashton Kutcher because
Yep.
like he can like somehow go back and like fix things and it like alters the whole universe and stuff like that. So I think that one just because like I feel
Mhm.
like I've seen more references to that and I can actually see that happening. And sometimes I'll be like, if I wasn't like if I never got the job where I work at now, what would I be
Mhm.
doing? And I have like all
Mhm.
these weird theories of like that. Or like, I don't know, like if I never met my husband,
Mhm.
where would I be? You know?
Yep.
So I say many worlds.
Yep. I agree. Both in that's kind of the one that makes the most sense to me. And that's kind of the one that they were going with in the book. Like even Padma, when she kind of presented these theories to the rest of the crew, she's like, if I had to guess based on what's happened, because obviously once they get back to Earth, everybody's life is just slightly different. And they kind of end up hypothesizing that at some point in their past, there was a specific decision that was made where in the original world, it they had made one decision. In this world, they actually made the opposite decision. So like Stitch selling his app for a bunch of money, Ryan getting involved with, the dirty cops
Hmm.
that he works with, because in the original world he doesn't, and then everyone hates him, because he like turns them in, and then they don't get money. So things like that. And then you're right too, that I feel like that example, the many worlds theory, is kind of what we see most often.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say Copenhagen is probably my second one. Yeah. Sheldon.
really? Bazinga. Uh, um, yeah, I think that the Copenhagen one would probably be my second as well,
Mhm.
mostly because I don't really, the Stephen Hawking one, I feel like implies that there's just alternate universes that exist, and it doesn't matter what I do in this universe, it's not going to affect any of the others.
Yeah.
I think is kind of how it makes
That
sense to
one just
me.
seems more vague.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Many worlds, just because it was a specific decision that made changes. If it was Hawking, I don't think a replica of ourselves would exist. There's a book, I have it somewhere. I thought maybe I had it like readily available. I do not. It's called, oh shoot, pregnancy brain. Like Between Worlds or something like that. Hang on, let me find it.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a little bit older. I originally saw it on Book of the Month. This is gonna bother me. The Space Between Worlds is what it's called,
Ah,
by Micaiah Johnson.
okay. I've seen that one.
That's kind of, I don't know if you can see that. Um, but this one kind of reminds me of the Stephen Hawking theory, because like there's already in existence like all these different realities, but
Mhm.
only one of yourself can exist in each one, and you can only like jump to a different one if yourself in that reality has died. If
Oh,
yeah, I've not read the book, but from the
okay.
synopsis,
Let
that's
me
that's what I
add that to
understand.
my TBR.
Yeah, it sounds super interesting, and there's at least a sequel now. I don't know if there's more, but yeah, after reading this, it made me think of that book. I'm like, okay, I need to bump that up on my TBR pronto. Whoopsies, lost the comments. So speaking of the many worlds theory, what decision, you don't have to answer this, same for people in the comments if it's kind of a personal question. But if you
Mm.
feel like sharing, what decision have you made that you think caused your life to split off into a different universe? And what do you think your other self is doing right now if you hadn't made that decision?
So the first thing that comes to my mind is right before me and my husband met and started
Mhm.
dating. I had went through like a really nasty breakup. Like had not like physical abuse, but like mental and emotional abuse.
Yeah.
Um, so I went through that really, and then I just kind of like lost myself because like in that relationship, I like distance myself from everyone. So I was like, what could like I was just like, what do I do? Like I was still working at McDonald's at the time. That's how like
Mhm.
crazy it was. And I thought about joining the military. And I was
Mm.
actually considering joining the Coast Guard because I was really interested in that. Um, and then I met my husband and we just fell madly in love. So I'm assuming my split Jessie joined the military at some
Mhm.
capacity. Um, I would hope by now I'm kind of out of the military, but I mean, who knows? Maybe I retired. So yeah, that's what I think I would have been doing.
That's awesome. And that's kind of funny because you said that. I'm like, I could totally see you in the military. Like,
Really? Me?
yes, I
Oh no.
could.
No, no. I know this is so bad, like watching like movies and be like, I can do that. But like I forgot I think it was called The Guardian with Ashton Kutcher and like
Kevin
Kevin
Costner.
Costner.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I want to do the Coast Guard. That just sounds so interesting and different, but then I had to like fall in love, gross.
Ugh, boys.
Yeah. So I hope that split Jessie is having the time of her life, saving people in the ocean.
Yes, heck yeah. Mine would be when I quit college. I wonder my trajectory if I had stayed and not graduated at 28. Okay. Mine also has to do with college. So I was, how old was I? 21. And I was minoring in French, and I had the opportunity to study abroad in Angers, France, for the entire summer. I had everything set up. I had done all the orientation, all the paperwork was put through. The only thing I had to do was, pay for the trip, the plane tickets, all that fun stuff. But kind of last minute, like before the deadline of having to finalize everything, um, I got approval from my insurance to have a procedure that I'd been wanting to have since I was really
Oh.
young. Um, Something that probably only plagues women, but maybe bustier women, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Lots of health issues, headaches, neck aches, all that fun stuff. But insurance, they kept denying it, denying it, denying it, denying it. They finally approved it. And I'm like, okay, do I go to France and potentially like have an amazing experience? Or do I kind of put myself first, my health, my mental well-being, something that I've been struggling with since I was like 15 years old. And ultimately I ended up staying. Um, I I don't know if I regret it because like I said, putting myself first, my health and well-being, I don't
Mhm.
regret that part, but I do really feel like if I had gone to France and had that experience, I feel like my life could be so different. I had always dreamed because I majored in European studies, which is basically like international relations, but specifically Western Europe. And I was just like in love with everything Europe, specifically everything France. And I was convinced that I was going to graduate, I was going to move to Europe. I wanted to somehow like get a position working for the UN somehow, or even like live in Belgium doing that. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like my alternate self is just living her best life in Europe right now, and I'm kind of jealous. So that's mine. These are all so interesting. I'm gonna write a book about French Elise and military Jessie. I love that.
That's so funny.
Okay, so do you think you will continue with this series, and what questions do you hope the sequel answers?
I definitely want to continue because like I feel like the end of the book was so abrupt and I'm like
Mhm.
I need some sort of a resolution. And also it doesn't really explain a whole lot of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to continue. However, I hope whenever the second book comes out, I get like some sort of recap at the beginning, or I come back here and rewatch this live show, or I read an article about what happened, because I will forget next year or whenever the second book comes out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Things I would like. Who exactly is this mystery man that knocked on, I think it was Podman's door, and where did he go? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this was not on my list, but we added it. The thumb drive.
Mm-hmm.
Why did that need to go in space?
Mm-hmm.
Will they have to go back in space to make things normal?
Ooh.
And how will justice be served to John Ward?
Mm-hmm.
Those are my questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think specifically with John Ward, I'm just like, what are you involved in that you are so willing to like hand out millions and millions and millions of dollars?
Yeah, like it's nothing.
Exactly. Like I know I'm pretty sure they've said he's like the richest man in the world, but still, like he's got to be into something pretty crazy. And I'm
Yeah.
so curious about what that is.
I wonder if somehow, like, you know how we were talking about like splitting, like I wonder if like the John Ward that we know in the book
Mm-hmm.
somehow found John Ward in like another universe, and that John was like, do this and you'll get this.
There's one of his emails because he's like emailing somebody
Yes, that's the
that's
other thing. He
not
was emailing.
responding.
Yeah.
The last one that we got, I had an inkling. I'm like, is he emailing himself?
Yeah. I wonder.
Oh, I need to find that because I don't think I marked it like an idiot. Um, oh man. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, it's so page 292. So email from John Ward. At this point, I may as well let you know that I've got one member of your crew and the others will be here soon. And I've got evidence that my crew never made it to you. Whatever it is you have planned, it's not going to work out. So I'm giving you one last chance to respond. If you don't, this is war. And I bet the last person you want to fight is an angry version of yourself. So I'm like, he's emailing himself.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Oh,
So I wonder if that thumb drive was financials from like world A that they're sending to world B somehow for the other John Ward to like.
yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I will be reading the series.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, this book just came out in
I
like what,
know.
January, February, something like that. So who knows how long we have to wait.
I'm looking to see if there's like any there's a reasonable chance that book 2 is to be released. That's all.
Oh,
That's all I have. Dang it.
oh my God. To the book idea. Elise sitting in the sun eating a croissant, and Ghost Car and Jessie pulls up to say hello. And I love that. Bonjour. I did make it to France. I went to Paris for my
Mhm.
25th birthday, but being there for a week is vastly different than being there for
Oh,
like
yeah.
a full immersion.
Mhm.
But yes, in case anyone was too sad about my story, I did make it to France. I'd buy it. I'd my TBR. Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to read the next one. It picked up so much and there was so much mystery. What is happening on the other
Yeah.
Earth? And I'm so curious, and they brought this up, if the other selves of themselves went back to their Earth. Like, could
Oh.
you imagine, like, if the Ryan from World B,
Mhm.
who got in with the dirty cops, went to Earth A,
Yeah.
where he didn't, and he's hated, like, I worried that he would get like angry
Yeah.
and
And I
like,
wonder if he knows about the other selves.
right. Yeah.
I need book 2 now. Like I have so many unanswered questions.
Okay, I just had a thought. What if book two, or even
Mm.
part of book two, is from the point of view of the characters from World B
Shut
going
up.
back to World A and realizing the same thing?
That would be wild. That
Oh
would
my
be
goodness.
wild.
Who will want to stay on this earth and who will go home? Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like Mike would definitely want to stay on this one because,
Yeah.
like, he's sober, he's doing well with his family, but I feel like everybody else would probably want to go back, like, to their original
Ryan
world.
will go back. But also like um, who was it? Is it Stitch? Is that the one where his mom like loves him
It
in
is, but
the
he was really weirded
is that
out about
him?
it. Yeah, but he's like, this is not my mom.
Yeah, it's also sounds like it's not like even though his mom like is loving, it's not who he wants or what he
Yeah,
wants.
yeah. I mean, maybe that's something he would get used to,
Mhm.
but I could get that
Bella
because it's
wouldn't.
like, yeah, like if that's
Yeah.
not the person that you know and remember, for them to be so different, it would be really weird.
Yeah.
So, will they meet their other selves? That would be interesting too. That would be a little mind-blowing. Yeah. I think also Ward was messaged. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Has to be. I don't know how. The thumb drive. What about the thumb drive? He was sending it to the other Ward. Yeah.
I think so.
Yes. Will the spouses prefer the other versions? Ooh.
That's what I'm trying to think like cuz like all, like Mike for example, like he's
Hmm.
not like he's sober in World
Hmm.
B, he goes to World A where he's known
Hmm.
as an alcoholic, so like I don't know, that'd be I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
There's so many different theories.
I know.
Watch book 2 come out and we're like all wrong.
Oops. Okay. No. Yeah. This is the right one. Okay. You sent me something.
I did.
Holy cow. Oh, let me go back to it because I don't know if you ever answered me.
Yes, the answer was yes, by the way.
Okay.
I
That's
was
amazing.
busy stuffing my face with lasagna.
Um, so yeah, Jessie sent me a fan cast, and I'm assuming so Chopper, I'm assuming is Ryan, Padma, Stitch.
Hang on, I've got it. Oh, I thought I had it pulled up. I got it on my phone. Hang on. Do.
And for I don't know if anyone can really see this, but
Yeah. Yeah, so for my fan cast, John Krasinski is Ryan.
hmm. Hmm.
I, he's just giving main character.
Okay.
Simone Ashley, if you didn't know, that's Kate from Bridgerton season 2. Love her.
Okay.
Um, I feel like she was Padma. Stitch, Kevin Hart, but not in a comedic sense.
Right.
But also I can see Seth Green, like Yvette said.
Hmm.
Mike, I see Kevin Costner.
Hmm. Hmm.
Della, Scarlett Johansson. Specifically,
Della. Okay.
yeah, specifically Della, blonde Scarlett Johansson.
Hmm.
When I think of her, I always think of like the Black Widow, but blonde Scarlett Johansson.
Hmm.
For our Alonzo,
Hmm.
um, I was thinking Luke Thompson, also from Bridgerton season 4 that just came out. So, for John Ward, I said Kevin Spacey. Like,
Hmm.
kind of gives me that like evil British
Ick.
vibes. And then this is the wild card. So Camilla, who's kind of like John Ward's like assistant or something like that. I kept picturing her as a non-magical, slightly less evil Professor Umbridge. I don't know why. I don't. Her name is. I can't even say it, but yeah, just Professor Umbridge from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
That's pretty good. So like the only one that I had like a definite fan cast for was Ryan, and it was 100% John
Yeah.
Krasinski. Like no joke. So as soon as I saw that, I squealed. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
Um, I love Padma. I think that's very fitting. Um, for Stitch, again, I didn't have anyone specific, but I pictured him like really tall, which I know
Oh,
Kevin
like
Hart is not.
oh,
But like a tall, like early 20s. There's got to be somebody specific, and I just can't think of their name. I love Kevin Costner for Mike. I didn't have anyone pictured for him. Um, let's see. I love Kevin Spacey for John Ward. And in the beginning of the book, I kept picturing Gavin Newsom
uh,
as John Ward. But then once we started to see him being not good, I'm like, no, he can't be Gavin Newsom anymore.
it's not true.
So then he was faceless. Um, Camilla, I was imagining somebody much younger. What show is that? Riverdale? And I can't remember her name, but she's the one with like the really dark hair and she always has like red
Oh,
lipstick.
is she the redhead?
No. Nope, the other
Then,
girl.
um, she plays Veronica on Riverdale.
Perhaps. I
Let
don't
me,
know.
let me see if I can find her.
I've only seen a couple episodes, so I have no idea the character names, but and then Alonzo, I don't know. I didn't really picture anyone for him. So, but I love that fan cast. That's awesome. Yes, her. Yes. That's who I pictured for Camilla. Well, I
Let's
guess that's who
see.
I picture now, but when I was reading, I don't know if I really imagined anyone specific, but
Yeah. What is her name? Um. Oh, Camilla Mendez. So,
okay. Okay, okay.
so her
Okay.
name fits.
Yes, very much
Ooh,
so.
Michael Keaton for Mike. Yes, I could see that too.
Ooh. Nathan Fillion. Okay. Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, I think all of them want to go back now. Della was thinking of staying until Sean invaded her privacy. Yeah. And then
Mhm.
Mike wanted to stay. But as soon as things stirred up, Helen didn't trust him again. Shirley's there. Ooh, that would be a good one too.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see that.
For sure.
Or I'm thinking of like oh my gosh, what's her name? She plays the main character on Titanic. Kate.
Oh, Kate Winslet.
Yeah. Specifically like her character in Divergent, like
Hmm.
Divergent series like that. I could see that being Camilla.
Hmm. Um, I just thought of somebody for Della, but I can't think of her name. Hang on.
I
She played in Soul Food, I think, which is such an old movie.
don't think I've
Okay.
seen
So she played like I feel like her name was Birdie or something like that. Um, oh, Nia Long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's who that's who kind of like made sense for
Okay.
Della
Yeah,
for
I can
me.
see it.
Yeah. Especially when she was getting like all up in Sean's face and just like really
Yeah.
letting him have it.
Mhm.
I feel like I've seen her do scenes like that.
I wish though, like I feel like Della's character was the one I always forgot about.
I did too because until you said Della when you were listing off
Mhm.
the characters, I was like, "Oh, Della, I forgot about
Yeah,
her."
I feel like her character was like I don't know because you have all these guys, and I'm like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, like this person stuck out. Obviously, Padma stuck out, but like Della, I forgot about. Probably every time I would come back to her, I'm like, who's this? Oh, the
Hmm.
single mom. Got it.
Hmm. Well, it was interesting because like when I was reading the book, I definitely didn't forget about her. I think I don't want to say she was the most relatable to me, but I guess if I really think about it, she kind of is because the whole, co-parenting with an ex thing,
Yeah.
which is always a little triggering for me, which
Hmm.
maybe is kind of why I forgot about her during this discussion because I just like didn't want to think about that.
Yeah.
But just imagining like the fury that she felt when she came back to
Mhm.
like Earth B and he is in her house. And
Mhm.
when she
Her mom
left,
let him stay there and stuff
yeah,
like that the whole time. I was like,
yeah,
"What?
because when
Absolutely not."
when she left the last time, it was like you get your weekends and that's it. The
Mhm.
girls are staying with my mom.
Yeah. Although, like, the changes were subtle, like it wasn't, like, apocalyptic or anything like that, I
Hmm.
felt like the subtle changes made an even more impact.
Hmm.
'Cause, like, when Ryan and his wife were kinda getting all hot and steamy, she didn't have her appendix scar, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't his wife."
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, when he brought that up to somebody, I can't remember who, he mentioned the butterfly effect
Mhm.
because his decision to get in with the dirty cops or not led to his son getting into that accident and being paralyzed. Somehow his wife's appendix bursting, probably due to stress. But in the world where he did get in with the dirty cops and they have all this money now, the
Mhm.
accident never happened. His wife's appendix never burst. So yeah,
Yeah.
he kind of mentioned the butterfly
Oh, and
effect
when
because of
she
that.
didn't understand "I love you more than pizza," I was so sad for him.
Yes. And I don't understand because that would have happened prior to, right?
I think so,
Prior
'cause I think it
to that
happened when they were
decision.
dating. Yeah,
Yeah,
before
like,
the kids were born and everything.
yeah, because I think they said like 2 months in
Mhm.
and they hadn't said it yet.
That's yeah. Yvette, yes, the pizza.
Yeah. Hmm. Let's see. I'm absolutely terrible with fan cast, but I know Jessie had the cast on lock. I'm usually, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm usually pretty good, but it's touch and go. Sometimes I feel like I'm really good at it, and other times not so
I don't
much.
ever really think about it until I'm asked, and then I just,
Yeah.
like, kinda go back in my mind and be like, "Hmm, who is Ryan like?"
Yep. Sean going, oh.
Mhm.
And then the fact that he found the burner phone and he
Yeah,
automatically thought because that's how he thinks
yeah,
is she's messing around on
yeah.
him.
And it's
And
like,
I
"You don't
loved,
know. You're not even here right now."
yeah, and I loved that she just threw it back at him. Like,
Mhm.
how dare you?
Mhm.
I loved that. Maybe she was my favorite. I don't know.
Also, I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, "I love you more than pizza," and of course, he doesn't understand, but
Oh,
it always makes me think of this book, so
aw, that's sweet. I don't have anything like that with Nick.
oh, I tell him stupid stuff all the time just to mess with him.
Excuse me. Alrighty. I usually ask this one every single time, but what other books, movies, shows, or games would you recommend to people who liked this book?
Okay, so books, anything by Blake Crouch, I would
Yep.
say.
Yep.
I have only read Dark Matter, Recursion, but it has been so long ago, and
Hmm.
then I believe I've read the first book in the Pine series,
Okay.
or I attempted to, I can't remember, but, like, I know the general premise of it, but I don't think I've finished it. As far as movies, I would say, like, Apollo 13, um, Armageddon as well, if you want, like, more space movies.
Hmm.
Lost in Space, I think that is the movie that made me, like, subconsciously scared to get lost in space. It's like an old, I think, 90s movie, maybe. I
Is that the
also
one with John Candy that looks like a cat?
I think
Or
so.
is that something
It's been
else?
years since I've seen
Okay.
it, and I think, like, the thought of getting like, I don't even think I finished it, to be honest,
Mhm.
but, like, the thought of being lost in space was just why, because I think they go to sleep and, like, something happens and then they get
Mhm.
lost. I put Looper on there. It's been
Mhm.
so long since I've seen that. And then obviously The Butterfly Effect. That's probably my
Mhm.
favorite recommendation.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, for like that
maybe Almost
trippy.
Hail Mary as well, but I haven't read
Yeah.
the book or seen the movie, so it is on my list though.
You haven't read the book?
No, it's on my list though. Like my goal is to read that. That was going to be my book to read, like space sci-fi, but then you asked
Mhm.
me, I was like, okay, I'll read this one first.
Well, let me
So
ask you this. Have you read The Martian?
I haven't. I've seen the movie though.
Okay. Read The Martian first if you have
Okay.
interest in reading that one,
Okay.
because Project Hail Mary is way better.
Okay.
And I read Project Hail Mary first, and then I hated The Martian. And I
Oh.
don't want you to hate The Martian, so I would suggest reading that first.
Okay. So Project Hail Mary just like set the bar way too high.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen the movie, but it's been so long. So yeah, I definitely want to read more sci-fi,
Hmm.
specifically like space as well, because I think it's
Hmm.
so interesting because like anything and everything go wrong.
Yeah. Yep. So I didn't have many recommendations. The only thing that really kept coming to mind, which you've already said, is Blake Crouch. So
Hmm.
like the entire time I'm reading this, I'm like, this feels like Blake Crouch.
Yeah.
And I've read at least 3 of his books, maybe 4. And just like that feeling that I get when I'm reading them, that's kind of what it made
Hmm.
me think of. But I would definitely recommend Project Hail Mary, specifically if you're looking for something with more space, because
Yes.
this does not really have it.
Yeah, I would say it's like 20% space, 80% earth.
Yeah. Yep.
Earth.
But then, and this one just kind of came to me too. Well, hang on, let me make sure nobody said that. Okay. Yvette just said it. I was like, I don't want to say it if someone already said it. Um, Lost. Because I was gonna say, yeah,
Oh.
the making your mind go like, what's happening here?
Hmm.
What's real? 100%. So yes, same wavelength, Yvette. Love you more than pizza, not wine, but know your limits. Looper. I don't think I've ever seen Looper.
I couldn't even figure out, I couldn't even tell you like how to like, oh, another one that I thought of, like, I think is kind of closer to Looper, if I remember correctly, like Inception.
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Okay. I
It's probably
know what that is, but I've
been
never
a few
seen
years since
it.
I've seen that. So like,
Okay.
but it's like, it's kind of like a dream within a dream within a
Hmm.
dream within a dream, but like it's like everything's kind of the same, but like it's also not. I don't know.
Hmm. So kind of like that mind bendy, what's
Yeah,
going
like
on.
you can make things happen. It like I don't even know how to describe it because like I still don't understand it. But it's one of those like I feel like I just am not smart enough. So
Well, I mean, like, I feel like unless they do a really, really good job, it can be hard to like fully
mhm.
grasp
Yeah. That's
what
why
is
like Dark
happening.
Matter, I was like, this is great. I understand why everyone loves it, but I'm just not smart enough.
I think I'm trying to remember because isn't that the one where he like is kidnapped or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I yeah, because I read it so long, like probably
Hmm.
during COVID. That's how long it was.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like he gets kidnapped by someone.
Yeah. Huh. Um, okay. So yeah, those are all the questions. So do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to add that we didn't already discuss? And then what was your final rating?
I think we covered everything. As far as my final rating, I settled with a 3. I
Mhm.
think if I had a little bit more of a like some like even like a minor resolution
Mhm.
versus like that abrupt ending, I would have given it 4. But,
Mhm.
like, I definitely wanna read. So, like, maybe if I read book 2, I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, book 1's amazing," and 4, maybe 5 stars, but
Mhm.
I just feel like I was telling Gwen because she was asking me about the book, I was like, "I just don't understand, like, there's like, this is not, like, coming to, like, an end, and I've got, like, 10% left," and she's like, "Well, it is book 1." I was like, "I don't think you understand, like, this is just not going to end," and,
Yeah.
I mean, it does, but, like, it doesn't.
Mhm.
Like, there's no way absolutely not, this is not a standalone book. I mean, it literally says "to be continued,"
Yeah.
but, like, if this was a standalone like, if this book never gets book 2, I'm going to be furious because, like, it just it doesn't end how a normal book would end.
Right. Right.
So, but yeah, 3.
Okay. That's respectable. Um, I guess the only thing that I wanted to discuss that we didn't already is that how I thought it was interesting that the book started and ended the same way in the sense that they were talking about that glacier. So,
Oh, yeah, because the chapters were titled. I also thought that
yep,
was interesting.
yep. So it's like breaking news. Scientists have confirmed that a massive piece of Antarctica's Thwaites Glacier has collapsed. Long been referred to as the Doomsday Glacier because its total collapse could cause a catastrophic rise in sea levels. And then the very last chapter, also, as you said, called Thwaites, starts the same way. Scientists have confirmed that a massive piece of Antarctica's Thwaites. But the interesting thing is that this is now in World B or Earth B, and it like seemingly happened overnight because their whole
Mm-hmm.
like um climate catastrophe wasn't really a thing on this version of Earth.
Okay, I have a question. The
Mhm.
people that tried to assassinate John Ward, did we ever find out who they were?
They were the same people that I think kidnapped Padma.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
because
I
they're
was like,
like
what if these are
ego
people
people.
from the other world that were trying to kill John
Perhaps.
Ward so people didn't go up in space?
Well, because that assassination attempt did not happen in World
Oh, yeah,
B,
you're right.
but they're in World B when they kidnap Padma. And so, and
Oh,
that's the other thing too, is like Ryan was selected to go on this mission
mhm,
because he saved John Ward's life.
mhm.
That never happened in World B. So in World B, it was just like kind of random that he was chosen.
Yeah, because the only reason why he saved John Ward's life is because his wife had an appendix. He went to
Mhm.
go to
And
the
he was
hospital.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many unanswered questions.
Mhm. I do wish that we had more of an oh my gosh ending.
Yeah.
Like something solid. Like I think the email from John Ward was supposed to be that, but it was kind of so subtle.
Yeah.
Like if I'm correct that he is emailing and talking to himself.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that should have been more obvious. And
Yeah.
then we would have been like, "Holy cow." You
Yeah.
know?
I agree. I
Hmm.
was like, I didn't piece that together until this discussion
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
completely forgot he had, because I think he emails this person like two, three times throughout the whole book.
Yeah, there's a few times with never any response. And like
Yeah.
that's his thing the whole time is like he's angry that they're not responding to him,
Hmm.
which makes me wonder what happened.
So here's the other thing: is John Ward on Earth A emailing B, or is B emailing A?
I don't know.
Again, none of these theories are right. We're just gonna be like, well, oh well.
Oh my goodness, I'm so curious now. Ah, I did a 3 as well. I think the series has potential for 5 stars though.
Yes, I agree.
Took way too long to get into it. Really? See, I was
I
hooked like pretty
I
much
was
right
hooked as
away.
well. I was just like,
Yeah.
when are we getting to space?
Right.
I was like, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was intrigued from the get go.
Yeah. Chapters being 100 minutes long was a crime. Well, what can you do?
I mean, it was very inspirational to finish a chapter. I will say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, but I mean, like I said, with all the breaks and points of view, like I kind of treated those as chapters. So like if I
Mhm.
did like I think I only read this in like 3 or 4 sittings
Yeah.
over 2 or 3 days. I can't remember because I was just that into it. Like I wanted to pick it back up and like be
Mhm.
like, okay, what's happening? So yeah, for me, I guess my final rating, I don't know. It's either 3. No, I'm sorry, not 3. Scratch that. It's either a 4 or a 4.5.
That's respectable.
And I think I'm leaning towards 4.5 because I typically leave 4.5 for books that like I really, really, really want to rate 5 stars, but I can't for like 1 or 2 reasons. And I definitely can't rate this 5 stars, but I also don't know if it's worthy of 4.5. So I'm gonna think on it a little bit more, write up my review on Fable, and then
Mhm.
that'll be
Yeah,
that.
I
But
think whatever book 2 is has
mhm.
potential for me to raise my rating on book 1. I just don't have
Oh,
answers, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And it could be like an ACOTAR thing where book 1 is good, but book 2 is amazing.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's the first book, and because the cover is so pretty, I'm so excited to see like what the other cover and the title would be. I can
Yes.
also see this book being like a nominee for Goodreads Book of the Year in the sci-fi.
Yeah, for sure.
I
But
can
would it
just
be under thriller mystery or would it be under sci-fi? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because like to me it didn't have a whole lot of I mean, it does, but like it leans more mystery to me.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, people will have books in multiple categories and
Yeah.
multiple authors within the category, so we'll say both.
Yep. I thought the audiobook was pretty good too because I tandem read it.
Mhm. I do too.
So it could be in the audiobook category
That is
because they
true.
had like different narrators for the different characters. So
Maybe debut
I
since this
think.
was also one of the author's first.
Yeah. Book. Yeah. Now, did the audiobook have multiple narrators or am I making that up?
I feel like it just had one.
Okay.
I feel like it was a guy the whole time.
Maybe. I don't remember. Pregnancy brain. I'm just going to blame it on that. Alrighty, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Jessie, thank you so much for hosting again.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. This was
Yeah.
again, you got me out of my comfort zone. And now I'm like excited for book 2.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
it was great.
Yes. Oh my gosh. For sure. Yeah, that's going to be a very exciting day when book 2 comes out. Maybe I'll have to make it a book club pick again.
I mean,
I'll have to have you back though.
okay, sign
Okay.
me up.
All right. So our next book club pick, I don't have a copy currently because I got it from Aardvark Book Club. But it is Operation Bounce House by Matt Dinneman, the same author as Dungeon Crawler Carl. My co-host is going to be Brandon of Brand the Reader over on Instagram. And the live show is going to be March 31st, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I know a lot of people are reading that right now because it just came out, I think like last month, a few weeks ago,
That's
something
not
like that.
tied to Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's like a whole different series, right?
Whole different thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw the
Same.
cover and I saw the name and I was like, is this like another part of the series or
No,
okay.
same vibes, same vibes. So it's
I
like,
haven't read Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm supposed to read that this month. So
yes, because yeah, Gwen's book club
mhm.
is doing it for March. So yes, definitely. And then you can go back and watch the discussion that Eva and
Mhm.
I did in
Yeah.
January. I definitely want to join the discussion for Gwen's, add my 2 cents in there. So yeah, that should be exciting. So highly suggest you read that definitely with the audiobook because
Okay.
yeah,
I've heard
it's
good things.
yeah, I had a few complaints, but overall it was pretty awesome. Thank you. Such a good pick. Glad I got to it. Me too. Thank you, Yvette. Thanks for joining. I already have the next book, so hopefully I get to it sooner. Yay!
Hey.
My next book, yeah, Operation Bounce House. I was like, are you in with Rob Hart and Jeff Rake somehow?
Yeah,
Getting
give
book
me
two?
answers.
But don't just like shoot me a copy of it. Alrighty. Thank you, everyone. All the links are in the, what do you call that?
Description box.
Description box down
Yeah.
below. um, we've got the links for Jessie's Instagram, YouTube, and her book club. My Instagram, Libronauts Instagram, and Fable. Also a merch link for Bonfire if you want to support Libronauts, your favorite science fiction book club. You can certainly do so there. So thank you, everyone. Have an amazing evening, and we will see you next month. Bye.
Yay.